Oh, wait. Okay, there we go. My bed a little messy, but don't mind it, love. Don't mind it. I think this is just gonna have, we're gonna have to rock it with this, maybe. Ooh, Hi my loves, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are having an amazing, gorgeous, abundant day. It's that time of year again where I get the good lighting because the sun is finally in the direction of my videos, in the direction of my window, so we can fucking get it now. All right, you know the video's gonna come back into this room now because we got good lighting. Like look how it's hitting. But this is not what this video about. Let's get back to the plot. You know, pay attention to the plot of the story. Hello. This video is going to be discussing your 12th house perfection year, and this is for my girlies, my astro girlies, who is going to be turning 23 this year, or are in the middle of their 23rd year, and they're very confused on what the fuck is going on, and I'm going to help you. I literally just turned 24 not even a couple of days ago, and I feel so much better than I have been at 23, and I'm just going to let y'all know the tea in astrology way. So if you guys end up liking this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on post notifications so you won't miss a video from me. Let's hop into this horror. Now, I bet you are really confused about what this video is specifically going to be about. This is going to be me giving you advice as a 23-year-old me. When I was 23, the things I wish I knew about that year, what's coming, and all that good shit. And if you are into astrology like moi, you would know something about perfection years. So a perfection year is basically this definition, but I'm just going to explain it a little bit simpler. It is basically each year you are born, you're going to go through certain attributes contributing to a house in astrology. So you got the first house, the second house, all the way up to the 12th house. And each year you're going to go through a certain house. So if you're 23, you're going to go through your 12th house year. If you know the 12th house year, I'm going to put what it signifies on the screen, but that shit is like rebirth, death, really bringing up your subconscious fears, resentment, like all that shit that you have been suppressing is going to come out in 23, in your 23rd year. And your 23rd year is basically you constantly shifting, you constantly going through changes and growth, being reborn and dying again. Parts of you are being killed off. You're recognizing certain things that didn't make sense in the past. The past is going to come and it's going to shake shit up for you. You're going to kind of have a lot of epiphanies and realizations about certain situations and things in your life that really did not resonate with you or really hurted you. And you're probably going to feel a little bit, I say for me personally, and I'm just going to speak on my experience. For me personally, I was definitely depressed because I was going through so many changes. I was going through so many failures. I was going through so many lessons that I had to learn, and those lessons were extremely painful. But the thing is, at the middle of the year, I recognized that I had to surrender to the year of 23. What comes up for you that is unavoidable, do the best you can with it. I noticed this year I really learned how to go with the flow, in the sense like, okay, sometimes I can't control every single outcome, but I can control how I react to that outcome. I can control what happens after. And this year has definitely tested my faith in numerous ways, but it kind of also reminded me that I am a bad bitch, that I can get through anything just on faith. I also kind of recognize a lot of things about myself that I was holding resentment on, and that year really allowed me to work through them and also kind of recognize exactly why that resentment is here. So if you start to feel certain things coming up for you, like you start to hate, for me personally, it was me taking care of everyone in my life. I was definitely the person who would put myself in the mom role, and I thought that I liked in doing that. I thought I enjoyed taking care of people, and the thing is I do, but I thought that was my identity. I thought that was my purpose. I thought that was who I am. And I recognized, like, towards the middle of being 23, I was like, I hate this shit. I hate taking care of other people. I hate having everything on my shoulders and no one around me is there to help me. I literally despise it. And I kind of recognized that in my childhood, I was never afforded the luxury the grace to be a child, the grace to be a kid. I was always trying to make sure everybody else was okay. I was the oldest out of my side of the family, so I had to be a little bit more mature. I had more responsibilities. And I love children. Here's the thing, I love children. So I never had a problem with taking my mom's kids or taking my aunt's kids. And the thing is, my aunt will always put her baby on me. And the thing is, I did not mind. I thought that was something I was supposed to do. I thought that was fun for me. Back then, I thought that was fun. I loved babies. But I recognized, like, girl, you never really got the chance to be a kid. You never really got the chance to make mistakes, and when you did make mistakes, you'll feel extremely guilty, or you'll be punished instantly. You notice a lot of things, like, you know how your parents have more kids, and as they have more kids, so when your parents have more kids, they do better. Like, they let them off with hella shit. That's what my family did. And they were little boys, so you already know the tip. So I was like, damn, I really never got to be a kid, and I was always thinking of everyone else around me more than I was thinking of myself. I never got the guilt-free energy, the guilt-free time of just thinking about myself and being completely and utterly selfish. And I recognized the way that I was going about a lot of things, especially when it comes to like connecting with my shadow self. I was like, I literally gave up something so other people can be happy. I sacrificed this so they can have this. And during that year, I did not know what to do with those feelings. I started to take it out on everybody around me. I started to take it out on my friends. Not really my friends, we're good. I started to take it out on my family, I should say, and people who are in my vicinity. I'm telling you, living with me when I was 23, I know my cousins who were living with me when I was 23 was just really scared to talk to me because listen, I have like a Virgo Mars, so when I'm mad, I'm this stone cold bitch. Like I'm like, don't look my way, don't touch me. It was like everything I've learned, and when it came to my spirituality, when it came to my practices, I was still implementing, but I did not want to implement them. I was choosing toxic shit. I was choosing toxic habits. I was choosing to hate everything around me. That year was just me like trying to come out of this fog that came with the epiphanies and the realizations of I never had this. And I was just I was like mourning the parts of myself that didn't have what I wanted. So I had to go through those months trying to work out and figure out all those feelings and work through those emotions. So what I'm saying is that 23 is definitely a year of just shadow work, intense, in-depth shadow work that you cannot avoid, that you cannot run away from. Like, that shit is going to come to you full force and you're going to have to deal with it one way or another. 23 is just years of learning lessons and recognizing where you went wrong in the past and implementing those lessons you've learned in the future or in this present moment. That's what 23 is. One thing I will say is that I am grateful for 23. I've learned a lot. I've grown a lot. I changed a lot. Like I did a complete 180 from what I used to be, from what I used to tap into. Another thing that 23 really taught me was what I let go of. Like, I recognized when I was 22, I was hurt a lot. So many people hurt me, especially since I was a little bit more open and vulnerable. And that was the first time I ever been open and vulnerable in my life. And that was because I was really deep into my spirituality. And I thought, okay, let me open myself up to people who have hurt me because I forgave them. Okay, I let go of the past. I let go of the things they hurt me so they can come back into my reality. But when they did, they hurt me. And because of that energy, because I let them back in and I got hurt, I realized that I closed myself off. I closed myself off from the people who were trying to come into my life, who were trying to be friends, who were trying to be nice to me because of somebody else. And I was like, damn, I really let other people dictate how I'm going to rule my life, how I'm going to let other people in my life. And I don't deserve that. I don't deserve to cut myself off from true intimacy because somebody couldn't handle the intimacy I gave them, because they stumbled on the trust that I gave them after I forgave them from the shit they did before. And I think one of the things that really helped me come to terms with and let go of that wall that was built around me was forgiveness. So back before I turned 23, or like in the middle, like in the first half of 23, I always used to believe that you didn't need to forgive a person so you can be happy. But no, forgiveness is essential to your healing. Forgiveness is essential to you letting go, because you are always going to have this little ball and this little knot of pain and anguish and hurt from the person who has ever hurt you in your life continuously if you do not let that shit go however you need to let it go. So I was like, damn, I really need to forgive the person who have hurt me. And that person was my mom. I remember when I started my spirituality first, and I that was the first time ever in my life I have been vulnerable with her, and she trampled on it. And the way she trampled on it was, and this was like the latter half of like 2020 going into 2021, she denied my spiritual practice. She denied who I basically was. She was like, I cannot accept you because you're dealing with demons, you're dealing with this, you're dealing with that. And I didn't realize how much what she did, what she said to me hurt me until a couple of months down the line. And I was like, holy shit, this shit really did hurt me. This shit really did bring me pain. I was like, damn, this shit really did fuck me up. And I did not know that at the time. I just thought, I was like, oh, I forgave him, I did it. But no, I was literally walking around with a whole wall of like bricks encased around me, simply because of that situation and other situations. But that one specifically had such a big impact on me, because that was the first time I ever been vulnerable with a close person to me. And they said they were going to accept me, they said they were going to do right by me, and they fucked it up. So once I finally forgave her for that and I let that go, I was able to set boundaries in a healthier way, because the boundaries that I was setting before, I was like, I do not love her, I do not like her, I don't want anything to do with her, I don't want to text her when she tells me she loves me, I don't really care about it. Like, it was out of spite, it was out of resentment. Now when she tells me she loves me, I just say thank you. Now when she texts me and stuff, like, we're cool now. We have a very stable relationship, and it was because I forgave her and I let go of all that pain and resentment that I was unknowingly holding on to. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna let her back in my life. And what was different from last time was I didn't give her enough time for me to actually visually see that she has changed. I just automatically opened up to her because she was like accepting of myself as I was telling her about this thing. And I was like, oh, I can finally have a relationship. So we cool, we cordial, we cute people, but there are boundaries I still keep with her. Do I love her? I like her, but I don't think I would ever be in a place where I would love her as I would never see her as a mother figure to me. I see her more of as like a friend. I still call her mom out of respect, but for me, she's just like more of a friend. Like, I'm getting to know a friend. That's the place we are with our relationship. And I'm very content with that. When she tells me I love you, I say thank you so much, instead of just ignoring her. Because in the past, I used to just ignore that shit. When she's like, I love you, Nadia, I'm like, so are you gonna give me some groceries? So yeah, that was one big theme for 23, was me forgiving people from the past. Here's another one. Here's another big theme for 23. So you're gonna cut off a lot of people. You're gonna lose some people. You're gonna lose friendships. And please listen to me. Please listen to me when I say this. It is so worth it. It is well worth it. If a person leaves your life, or you left a person at 23, like, the relationship, just leave it as is. And that's something I had to learn and realize. I was like, there are people in my life who are keeping me stagnant. They're keeping me in a place where I no longer want to be. And I had to let go of these. And the thing was, it's like, not only did I have to let go of these relationships, my ancestors, the divine, they put me in a place where I had no choice to do it. So if there are relationships and people in your life that do not belong because you're about to level up, 23 is going to be the year where you purge everything that do not belong. You're going to elevate. You're going to align to your higher self. And people who can't come along with you will not come along. Like, literally, there are people that I cut off 2 months before my birthday, before my 24th birthday. And it was simply because I was like, holy shit, I don't want them in my life no more. I see the sign. I'm telling y'all, 23 is going to bring you clarity like it has never been brought to your ass before. You're going to be like, holy shit, how can I not see that before? And you're going to be like, it was because I was holding on to familiarity. I was holding on to the memories. I was comfortable where I was. No, 2023 is going to push you out of that comfort zone. You are going to have to be comfortable with being uncomfortable for the next 12 months. And again, that goes back to me saying surrender. So when people leave your life, when relationships leave, please let that shit go, because 23 is trying to prepare you for 24, where you start to reinvent yourself, because 24 is the first house perfection year, and that is the year you're going to come into who you truly are. You're going to figure out who you are as a person, what you truly want out of life, what you truly want out of friendships, what you truly want out of all relationships, your career. Like, they need to clear some shit out for you, and 23 is going to provide that. So I have cut off so many people for so many reasons, and I was just really grateful that I had, because it also allowed me to see my self-worth. It also allowed me to recognize what I truly want out of life and out of relationships in my life. And it also gave me the courage to set boundaries and to tell those people, listen, if you can't do this, I can't be your friend. If you can't give me this, I cannot be your friend. It allowed me to ask for the shit I desire without fear and without feeling like a burden. And that's something I have never done in my life. Just asking for what I want and not what I think I should like express, what I think I should give out to the world. I was like, no, me. Let me be selfish. I am always thinking about the other person. I'm always thinking about what they would do, how they would feel. Fuck that. And that's another thing that 23 really taught me, was like, stop thinking and coddling other people's emotions. Let them speak up. If they have a problem, they need to open them out. It is their responsibility to regulate their emotions. It is their responsibility to stop overthinking. It is their responsibility to tell me what the fuck is up. It's their responsibility to tell me if they don't like if I'm doing something. I do not have to walk around eggshells on people. And this goes for me as well. This goes for me. I had to recognize, I had to speak up. Okay, people are not supposed to be in tune with my energy all the fucking time. It's exhausting to always try to march at somebody else's drum, like march to somebody else's beat of the drum. No, I refuse to do that anymore. So I was like, listen, if you don't tell me how you feel, I'm just gonna pretend I don't know what the fuck going on. And so, this is not for everything, but for things where you can clearly open your fucking mouth, if you do not tell me, it doesn't exist. Because I refuse to always be in tuned, because I'm an empath. You know people like to say you're an empath. I'm empath. I refuse to always figure out what's wrong with you so we can make things right. I'm like, if you don't want to make it right by yourself, it's just not gonna be right. So I really loved that 23 broke me out of I forgot what it's called, but it's like it's from childhood trauma, where you are always in tune with everybody else's emotions so you don't make a mistake. That's what I'm talking about. It allowed me to break out of that fucking box once again, because when I recognized when I was always trying to be in tune with other people's emotions, or I was always trying to make sure that I don't disturb anyone by being in tune with them, I was putting myself in this box where I couldn't express myself. I was putting myself in this box where I couldn't be my true self, because I was afraid I was going to offend somebody, because I decided to say something and my intentions weren't to offend, So that was a really great thing that 2023 has taught me. Another thing that 23 has taught me is to just say what the fuck you want, be courageous, be confident, and leave the rest. You're not going to always be loved by everyone. You're not going to always be right. Somebody's going to take issue with some shit you say, and you just gotta let that shit go. It helped me tap back into alignment, and that was like towards the end of 23, because the beginning of 23, I will say this, the first 6 months of being 23, you're going to go through hell. I mean, you're going to go through hell throughout all of it, but the first 6 months is the worst of it. The last 6 months is where you start to slowly but surely come out of that hell, and then the last 2 months is when you really start coming out of that hell. But so it's not the last 6 months, but it's like those 6 months in the last one. Yeah, so like you're gonna be in this place where you just don't give a fuck, and not in the sense like you're gonna be evil, you're gonna be like intentionally being an asshole. No, you are going to allow yourself to speak the truth and not care about what other people think. 2023 allowed me to get back into the energy of detachment, because I talked a lot about this when I first started my spiritual journey, and when my spiritual journey peaked back in 2020, early 2021. That's what that moment when like my spirituality peaked and I was really tapped into the divine. And then when I turned 23, everything said downhill. Everything went fucking downhill. But I relearned what it means to be tapping into detachment and recognizing that I don't always have to be reactive. I don't always have to be attached for something. Like, I'm in this place where I am not attached to anything at all in my life. Like, if something leaves, it leaves, and something better would take its place, and I would show gratitude to whatever takes its place. Like, I am not even attached to like relationships, like nothing I am attached to. I'm just like, I want something new. I need something different. Something different is coming in my life, and I'm okay with that. And it's simply because I'm in my first house year and I'm trying to figure out what I truly want out of every aspect of my life. It's basically like, once you turn 24, you're going to be given a clean slate to really figure out who you are. So another thing that really stood out for me for 2023 is that you are going to go through this period where you're going to relearn. I had to relearn a lot of my spiritual aspects because I went through such a tough time. I was keep going through tower moments. I was going through rebirths. And I had to learn or continue to implement my spiritual practices that I cultivated for 6+ years. And I recognized in that year when I was 23, I really lost touch with it. And I had to find myself again with my spirituality. I had to relearn what it means to truly manifest with ease. Because I was having trouble even manifesting because I had negative thoughts all the time. Things were just literally like not going well at all, and I was so confused as to why this was happening. I was like, damn, can I really manifest? Can I really get this shit done? And the thing was, I can, but I had to tap into an essence of, bitch, you are a master manifester. You can have everything you want, and it's literally all about energy. And I had to relearn that. I had to relearn everything I have lost to come to this place where I am now, where I'm at peace, I'm happy, I am a master manifester, and everything is about to change for me. I feel change on the horizon for me. I feel that everything I've been working towards for 23 is about to be in full bloom in 24 instantly. And I feel like 23 is the year for you to really plant new seeds so you can see them grow and blossom for 24. That is what I'm really tapping into and learning. And the one thing I also learned back in 23, when I was 23, was self-love and self-acceptance. You guys know I was on a weight loss journey, and I gained almost all that weight back. I don't know. I don't. It's been years since I've like stepped on the scale. Like, I don't weigh myself at all. That's not how I lose weight or gain weight or whatever. But y'all knew I gained the weight back. I'm currently back on losing the weight, but I gained it back because I was just so depressed, sad. Food was my outlet. I was binging a lot. I'm telling you, 23 was just crazy for me. And it allowed me to once again tap into the self-love that was always there a couple of years ago before I gained weight again. I was like, girl, you're beautiful. And no matter what state you in, you are deserving of money, wealth, love, compassion, kindness. And once I learned that, because again, when I first started my weight loss journey, I was like, I would not start this shit until I love myself as I am, who I am on the inside. And I did. I had to do that again this year when I turned 23. I had to learn to love myself again. And I finally did. It was like I kind of detached from my physical vessel, and I was like, no, baby, your energy is what brings everybody to you. Your energy is what cultivates the life that you desire, the things that you want. And when I recognized that, I was unstoppable. And I recognized that like 2 months before I turned 24. I was like, bitch, you are so pretty simply because of the energy you exude, the confidence you exude, the happiness, the peace and compassion, the anger, the crying, all that, because of what you exude. Another thing I kind of had to realize was like, get out of my head and pay attention to the present. Pay attention to the things around you. Pay attention to what is happening to you and enjoy it. Enjoy life. Enjoy walking throughout life and stop always focusing on the future, because again, the future really doesn't exist. The only moment that exists is this present moment. And when I turned 23, I had to relearn, like, to get out of my fucking head and get into my body, to ground myself and recognize the people who are around you who want to support you. Recognize the things that you have accomplished and done. And I realized when I was at my lowest points, I was like, but guess what you did? You manifested a 3-bedroom apartment. You manifested that, and you manifested that within a week. You can do it again. You manifested your car within a week. Now, the way you went about manifesting those two things, you kind of lost it, because back then I didn't know it was like, I knew it was energy, but I was really focused on the material of it. I had to focus on the energy of it. And not only just like the material energy, I had to focus on the energy of how it made me feel. So instead of me saying, I want a car, I want an apartment like I did last time, I should have said, I want security and stability within a home that always flourishes. I want to make sure I'm always comfortable whenever I travel, that I travel in comfort, and that would have allowed everything I desire to not only come for me, but also for it to stay. I mean, it does stay. Hope that makes sense. I was whooping my ass with that, but we got there. So when I had learned that, I was like, ooh. And I think y'all know what video I learned from it. It was the video from Call Back Your Energy. No, it was not that. That just helped me recognize how I was pushing my energy, like what direction my energy was going. I was sending it outward when it was coming in. And I know 23 is very young, but especially if you're walking the spiritual path and you're super aware, like you're super self-aware, you're gonna learn a lot. You're gonna learn so much. That'll probably be the year of a spiritual awakening part 2. I had multiple spiritual awakenings, I should say, again, when I was 23. Like, do be mindful of that you're definitely going to be going on a spiritual roller coaster, but you're going to eventually get there. Do allow yourself to be flexible, and don't be so focused on trying to be a certain way. Like, focus only on what you want to feel and not what you desire to be. And what I mean by this is that you're going to change, you're going to be flexible, you're going to flow. Like, 23 was the year I kept changing my mind. I closed my art shop, I opened my art shop, like I became only a spiritual person, then I went back to doing art. Like, I was literally all over the place. In 23, please allow yourself to make mistakes. Please allow yourself to literally be all over the place. I mean, you're 20, you're supposed to do that anyway, but like, no, 23 for sure. Allow yourself to just go, to be nuts, to literally get out your head and be in the physical realm and do what the fuck you need to do to kind of get yourself in alignment. Okay, and you're probably going to take multiple paths, and those paths are probably going to be weird. Those paths are probably going to be hard. Those paths are probably not going to make sense, but it's going to get you where you need to be. And that's what I realized. I am where I need to be. I feel content. I feel happy. And I'm in this place where I know that everything I went through was not in vain. I had to learn a lot of things, and I've learned so much, especially when it came to relationships, when it came to my business and how I want to run it, and the mistakes I've made as a beginner or as a person who was running this for 6+ years. Now I'm like, no, I know exactly what I need to do to get my shit together, to honor my commitments, to honor my intentions, not only within my business, but with everything in my life. I know what I need to do now, and I'm going to start implementing since yesterday, I've been implementing those lessons I've learned, and my business has been so much better. And it was because I finally recognized what the fuck I was doing wrong, my accountability. Like, 23 was just so transformative for me, and now I know I can do exactly what I need to do to get to where I want to be. Not only that, my ancestors say I'm finna like really manifest. Not even manifest, but like harvest. Harvest season is upon me. Is upon us. And I've been getting this message from my ancestors, from all the tarot readings, random downloads, this full moon energy. It was like, be prepared, be prepared, be prepared. I've been getting be prepared and congratulations. So if you hear that, like if you're watching this video, that is for you as well. This message that I'm saying, be prepared and congratulations, that is for you as well, because we are about to enter a harvest fucking season. We have worked our asses off, and this is not just for people who are 23 right now. This is for everyone, anyone who watched this. But yeah, 23 was such a hard but beautiful, blessed year for me, in a sense. Like, I needed to learn it. I needed to learn all these things. I had to go through all those things because I could not learn the easy way. I had to experience the mistakes that could be made. I had to experience the lessons so I can be to where I am today, which is very much the being that I wanted to be aligned with. Like, today was such a beautiful day for me. I woke up at 6 a.m. I felt re-energized. I got my workout in. I crossed off everything on my to-do list. This is literally the last thing on my to-do list. And for the past 12 months, I had such a hard time crossing out everything on my to-do list. Like, I'm just so blessed that I've been able to see 24, that I'm finally letting go of 23. Because even though I loved everything I had to learn, and I had to learn it, I want to wish that shit on my worst enemy. Like, that was... I don't remember my childhood that much. I remember the traumatic shit, but not that much. But 23 was the year I was definitely self-aware of everything that was going on. There was just a lot of shit that I went through, and I made it out. I'm a survivor, if you will, and you will too. So this is not to fearmonger 23. This is for me. I made this video for you to at least make it easier on yourself by surrendering, by allowing yourself to make mistakes, by never ever giving up, and also never beating yourself up. Because listen, you are human. You are going to make mistakes from time to time, but the beautiful, blessed, and gorgeous things about being human is that you can bounce back. And not only that, you can fix them. Failures aren't the end of shit. Failures is trying to lead you in a different direction that is going to be success. And I feel like 23 is going to teach a lot of you guys that. So, yeah. I thought I heard a buzzing. I thought my ancestors was trying to contact me. Oh, they are. Okay, well, after this, I'm just going to have to talk to them. But yeah, I really hope this video gave you guys some insight. You were able to understand what I'm saying, and it was fun for you. Thank you guys so much for being with me this 6+ years of me starting my spiritual journey and my art journey. I know some of you guys have been with me so long, and I'm so happy and grateful that I can see you guys at 24. And we're going to see it for years and years and years to come. Okay, I can't wait to see how 24 is going to be for me. And I'm going to make another video like this, my first house perfection year. So thumbs it up if you guys would like me to do one video like this each and every year, because I think I enjoy this. I think I enjoy doing this. But yeah, if you guys would like to, you can stop by my art shop, or you can stop by my spiritual service shop and get a tarot reading, or get a print, or a deck. Also, I'm almost out of tarot decks, so if you guys want to get it, and it's going to be shipping this week, you should go to my bio. You should go to my description box to get it. But yeah, guys, I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for all the birthday wishes. It was super kind of you. I felt so blessed in love and compassion to by you. And I will see you guys Saturday. Bye, my loves.